As you were talking, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking this makes total sense, but I have a quota, or I have some sort of target that I need to reach by the end of the month or the end of the quarter or the end of the year. And it just seems like a lot of time and not worth it,
Yeah,
So-
but and then it's like, instead of what, do I think that microwaving it can work? Maybe, but I feel like there's a cost. And there's a reason why, I'm sure you guys get pitched this too, these lead gen firms. It's usually like a LinkedIn and mail, and it's, hey, we're going to do cold prospecting for you to get more leads to build up your pipeline. And it's some 25-year-old kid, because they need that to have the business model work. And they're very aggressive, and they take the page from the B2B SaaS playbook, where it's like quick question subject line, because they know that quick question is the one that gets you to open up the email. And then it's, you didn't answer my first 3 emails for one of 3 reasons. And it just is, it's hyper aggressive. And I don't think it respects your client. And if I'm the chief innovation officer at Xerox, I'm not going to have patience for that. Or I'm either going to completely ignore it, or, when people talk about it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game. Okay. But if I'm operating in a pool of 5,000 or 1,000 or 500 potential clients, that's my universe of my population. Mm-hmm. That approach is you're going to churn through that list really quickly. Mm-hmm. And you're going to harass that list really quickly. And so for the 1% that raise their hand and say, I'm interested, because you got to hit a short-term number, I am consciously or unconsciously planting messages in the brains of the 95% who aren't in that buying window, that I don't respect their time, that I'm a very transactional. It's not signaling trusted advisor to me. And so when I think about these kinds of things, yes, I'm investing in relationships, and I'm leading with serving you and adding value with every interaction, because I trust that you will come to think of me as a domain expert in an area that might be relevant to you at some point. And I'm going to stay top of mind, and I'm going to do it in a way that's respectful. And I'm going to trust that when that buying window emerges, you're going to raise your hand, or by being consistent and continuing to showing up for you in ways that add value every time, I'll be the first person you think of. I shared that a couple of weeks ago. There was a Bain study that when a buying window emerges, some crazy number, like 72% of people pick up the phone and they just call the first person that comes to mind. And so how do you be the first person that comes to mind? It's by staying in touch with them over a long period of time, sharing value consistently. So there's a sense in which I think about that, like when we talk about like quotas, today's interactions are next year's pipeline, And so I'm making an investment in next year's revenue target. And it makes sense. Like when a firm hires a managing director or a partner from another firm, usually that partner is conflicted out from, like, they can't just bring all their clients with them, right? Mm-hmm. And so they give them a ramp up period, because they're like, we understand you're starting from zero. You're going to need to build up new relationships and cultivate that stuff. And that's just going to take time. And firms recognize that when they bring that person in. So if you haven't done any of this stuff, you should assume it's going to take you 12 to 18 months to see fruit from it. If I wait a year and I don't do the things that are necessary, I'm going to end up being exactly in the same place that I am today. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, yes, I think it's long-term. Yes, I think this is the best way to do it. I don't think I have a good answer to but I got to hit my quota next month. I'm sorry. You're going to have a hard conversation with your boss. Start the activities now so that you don't have to have that hard conversation again a year from now,